Good morning. Hope you guys are well this morning. I am coming to you live from my kitchen again. Super excited to share all things Epicure with you. So we've got a couple things that I want to show you this morning. I often hear that people say they don't have enough time for breakfast, or that big breakfasts are a lot of work, or whatever it might be, and so they just have their coffee and their muffin or whatever they have, and then they're off to work. But I want to show you guys how quickly and easily we can put together some great breakfast things and enjoy a breakfast. So for instance, like Christmas morning. Christmas morning is always a super busy morning, and lots of people find it kind of stressful to make breakfast on Christmas morning because there's so many things going on. So I want to show you a few ways that you can make maybe your Christmas morning breakfast a little easier as well. So I'm going to give you a moment just to pop on. Hopefully you guys, somebody can join me live. I love when people tune in. I miss people. I love when you guys can pop on and join me because it makes me feel like I'm not sitting in COVID world and we get to actually socialize a little bit. We've got a number of things going. We're going to have a sip of coffee and we'll get trucking in just a moment. So happy Thursday morning. The week is just about over. And all things coffee. You can definitely tell it's morning in my house when there's a coffee in my hand. And we've got lots of stuff cooking. So this morning, it's actually my daughter's 16th birthday, and I'm really sad that she's already at school because she would enjoy this breakfast as well. But she woke up this morning and I was like, can I make you breakfast, please? Because that's always our thing, that we always make the birthday person breakfast. And she's like, you know me, Mom, I just want coffee. And I'm like, oh, she's grown up. So, oh well. We'll have a nice dinner later. She's going out for lunch with her sister, and you know what? They grow up, right? So, ready to get going? I have my oven preheated already, and it is just about up to temperature. It's just preheating. So I'm going to start with what's going in the oven first. So I'm going to show you this because it doesn't have the eggs in them already. We're going to be using this in a different way, but this is our Muffin Maker, and you can see that it is nice, round, holds 6. It's silicone, oven safe. It's also suitable for the microwave because we're going to be using it for the microwave for one portion as well. They come in a set of 2. So I use them for all kinds of things, obviously for muffins and cupcakes, but I'm also using them this morning. I don't know if you guys can see this. I started ahead a little bit just because this is the messy job, and I thought, let's get that done. Just for some egg cups. So I just didn't oil it, doesn't need to, it's non-stick. Just added some ham and then cracked eggs in. So it's, just a half dozen eggs. What I want to do with that now is I want to add a little bit of Epicure seasoning to it. So you guys can totally make this your way. I'm leaving them as whole eggs because that's the way we like our egg bites. But you could do this as scrambled eggs. You could do it all kinds of ways. You could add other toppings. I'm just going to keep it simple today. I've actually got our extraordinary trio, which you guys saw in my last demo, but I want to show you another way that you can use that. So that's our lemon dilly, our 3 onion, and our CCB. So taking the 4-in-1 spice spoon, remember it's tablespoon at this end, teaspoon at that end, half teaspoon on the other side, and quarter teaspoon marker. So that's all the spoons that you need for measuring, especially in the morning. The last thing you want to do in the morning is look for every spoon that you need. So I'm just going to put a little bit of CCB in all of them, just to spice them up a little bit. And you could do anything with this. If you wanted it to be chipotle, you could add some chipotle. If you wanted to add some herb and garlic, lots of people like herb and garlic, or rosemary garlic, or one of our nutritional seasonings, nutritional yeasts, those are back, and they are great on eggs. So I'm just doing a little sprinkle of all 3, because we'll just call them extraordinary this morning. So a little bit of 3 onion now. And I love throwing these kind of seasonings into my omelets as well. It gives you a nice change up of flavor. And so a little bit of lemon dilly to top it off. Lemon dilly is one of those things that is kind of magical in deviled eggs. So if you've never done that before, you got to try lemon dilly deviled eggs. So now that that is done, I am going to put some cheese on top because all good egg cups have cheese. Now if you are following a low-carb diet, this is a great breakfast for you. This is just a great protein source for anybody. I also love that I can make these for my busy teenagers who get up in the morning, like I said, and just want to grab a cup of coffee. Well, I'd rather them have something to eat, so sometimes we have these made ahead, and they can grab them from the fridge and heat one up. They can throw it onto a English muffin for a quick little egger. That's all it takes, just crack a few eggs in. Now, because they're whole eggs, I don't want to put these in the microwave because we all know what happens with whole yolks. They go pop. unless they're in water. But these ones are going in the oven. If I had scrambled the eggs, I could do them in the microwave in about 4 minutes and they'd be ready. So quick morning, breakfast idea. Hey Debbie, glad you could join. Nice to see you, and I will send you a message in a little bit. So here we go into the oven. The oven's almost preheated. It's 385, so we'll just put the timer on for a couple extra minutes just to tighten that up. So I have that Muffin Maker on, one of my favorite morning saver things. I'm just going to set the timer for 13 minutes and then we'll check the egg. You can customize that for how well you want the egg done too. If you want soft eggs, you can do that. Now I put that Muffin Maker on a quarter sheet pan. So these quarter sheet pans come in a set of 2. I also have sheet pan liners, which I didn't use this morning because the muffin pan is silicone, so it really doesn't need it. But the sheet pan liner protects it. That's what's keeping my sheet pan nice and shiny. Easy cleanup, non-stick, safe up to 425 degrees, like all of our silicone. I love our cooling racks too when you want to get some air underneath whatever you're crisping, or if, like we saw with the mushroom caps, it's a great way to get something, or garlic bread, chicken wings, you name it. You need the crisper, you need the cooling rack, which I keep calling crisper. Maybe it should be called a crisper. But there's also great cooling racks. These cooling racks are industrial safe, so you can put them in an oven up to 700 degrees. I don't know about you, but my oven doesn't go that high. So great morning saver. I love doing bacon on our full-size sheet pan. But speaking of bacon, we're actually doing it in a different way. So in every multi-purpose steamer, we're doing the bacon in the microwave. Every multi-purpose steamer, that's our kind of cornerstone of our company, our steamers and whatnot for time-saving cookware. There's this great tray. So I've talked about it a few times in cooking classes before. If you've joined me before, we can use this for all kinds of things, especially layered cooking. Throw some veggie chips, some potato chips in the microwave on it. And look at me, I've still got some morning hair going on. Sorry, guys. Or you can also cook your fatty meats on top of this and let the greases drain. So I often actually do a whole package of sausage in here. And that just, cooks it up way quicker than what I would want to do for, putting it in the oven. We're talking like 5-6 minutes. Today, we're actually using this to cook our bacon on. So I'll show you in the steamer now. So it's got a great lid. Steam vents here because it's cooking with the steam, and it's on the tray. So I've got 4 slices because it's just literally my son and I for breakfast this morning. And I am going to put those 4 slices on for 4.5 minutes and then check. It really depends on your choice for how crispy you like your bacon. I'm just going to make sure that it's cooked well enough for his and my liking, and I think 4.5 minutes should do it. So we've got some egg cups in the oven, and those are going to cook for another about 12 minutes. And I've got a few other things on the go. So, like I said about the other half of this, I'm going to be making some muffins. So this is an older package. This is from last year when it said gluten-free, but all of our products are gluten-free, so it no longer needs it to say it's gluten-free. But I've got these great pumpkin spice muffins. So I'm a big pumpkin spice fan. But I also love that it's something I can make that's quick, that's healthy for the breakfast. But also, kind of that little sweet treat when you're looking for it in the morning as well. So the recipe is on the bag. It says in a large bowl, whisk 2 eggs with 1 cup of pumpkin puree. So I need 2 eggs. These ones I'll crack in for you. I think we all know how to crack eggs, so I didn't feel we needed to share that earlier. And I'm going to add another minute because there's my oven timer saying it's up to temperature now. So 2 eggs, and I don't have my whisk. I'll be right back. Must be morning when Sherry forgets things. So I've got already pre-measured the pumpkin, and you can see I have it in my prep bowl. These guys are back. They're super great, handy thing to have in your kitchen. And I use them in all kinds of ways. In fact, prepping for breakfast, that's one of the ways that you can save yourself some time, is having all the ingredients ready to go. So all you have to do is just throw it together. So the pumpkin goes in. Set that there because I'm going to have to add some oil. And it says a 1/2 cup of oil. So I'm just using avocado oil. I like it because it's light flavored. It's a great healthier oil. It also has a great smoke point. So if you're cooking at high temperatures, it is very tolerant of heat, so it will not transition into an unhealthy fat. which many people don't realize that your healthy oils can turn into an unhealthy oil by cooking them at high temperatures. So the oil goes in, we'll whisk that up a little bit. There we go. Eggs are beaten. Put the whisk away. Now I'm going to take my great little Prep Pro scissors. These guys are super handy to have in your kitchen. I use them for all kinds of things, not just opening packages. I use them for cutting meats and vegetables and all kinds of stuff. So the contents of the bag go in, and we had a little dust going on. And the smell of the pumpkin spice just gets me awake in the morning, I swear. Then just mix it so that it's blended. Ooh, spraying it a little all over. You can tell I'm definitely a Swedish chef more in the mornings than I am at night. I tend to make a little bit more mess. All right, so just combine the ingredients. This, like I said, is gluten-free. So if you're on a dietary restriction in terms of gluten, this is great for you. But I will tell you, none of my family requires, at least my immediate family, requires a gluten-free diet, and we love these. These are just fantastic. The flavor is outstanding. You do not miss the normal gluten type of flours in it. So I am going to switch gears, and I'm going to grab, I don't have it here. I'll be right back. Just going to scoop some of the pumpkin batter into the muffin maker, because in about 45 seconds we are going to want to put them in the microwave. Yes, I said microwave. I am baking in my microwave this morning. So just giving them a good scoop. There we go. Maybe a little bit more on that one. It looks like I undershot that one. Now, the remainder of this, I actually think I'm going to put as a mini loaf. So we'll just spread that out a little bit, make them nice and even. The bacon is popping in there. I can tell it's almost done, because that's usually a sign of bacon. You know, when it spits in your pan, you can hear it in the steamer start popping too. So muffins are ready to go. I did lightly oil this just because that's what the recipe calls for, though I have forgotten to oil it before and had no trouble popping those muffins out. So let's check on the bacon. It is definitely hot. I am used to handling my steamer without oven mitts, so it's entirely up to you. Some steam coming off of there. And folks, we have some crispy bacon. Isn't that awesome? 4.5 minutes for 4 slices. And that's great for a quick morning that you are, and I'm going to leave the lid on it because that'll keep it nice and hot. But a quick morning that you are rushing to get things going. Bacon's done in just a few minutes. You can even do a few batches of that. And if you're like me and you have 2 steamers, because everybody needs a steamer, guys, you can, I see I'm going to use it as a trivet, but you could use it as a double layer and do 2 layers of bacon at once. So I'm going to put this off to the side because it's really hot. We've still got a few minutes on the oven. These are going in the microwave, so we're going to put them on for 4 minutes, I believe. But I think I'm going to say 3.5 to start, because it's been a while since I cooked muffins in my, or the pumpkin muffins in my microwave. And this is a newer microwave, so let's start with 3.5. Now, I have a couple other things to do. I do have these silicone loaf pans. These are great for those small breakfast type breads. Also great if you're doing some Christmas baking and you want to share it with some family and friends. And I do want to add, no I don't need oil in these ones. If you're sharing some baking with some family and friends, these are great. Just, you know, mini size, and you can make some loaf cakes or some mini breads. Make them up a nice little basket of mini breads. It's just awesome. So the mini loaves are super handy. And I can put this into my microwave if I wish, though I think I'll probably bake this one and freeze it. So that'll be another quick morning thing. So I've got a 2-in-1 there because I made 6 muffins for breakfast this morning, which we won't eat all of them. There'll be some leftovers. And I've got a nice little mini loaf. Now these mini loaf pans come in a set of 4, silicone, oven safe, 425 degrees, just like all of our other silicone. Shifting gears, I've got this great fruit tray. Now, I mean, this only took me a minute to prep, but you could do this ahead and wrap it in saran wrap or wrap it in a container to seal it, and have that step done ahead. I am going to make some sweet dips. So I've got some Greek yogurt, great protein source. You can use regular yogurt if you prefer. I also really like skyr, which is another great protein source. And I am doing just under a cup. I'm going to do about 3/4 of a cup because that'll be enough for our fruit dip. Put the lid back on. And I am adding Summer Berry Sweet Dip. So it says 2 tablespoons to 1 cup of Greek yogurt. So I'll do just under 2 tablespoons. I'll do like 1 3/4 because I just didn't want to overfill my 1 cup prep bowl. I find it a little bit tricky to stir it if it's too full. So there's one. This is full of all kinds of great real fruit pieces. It's got things like, let me just read the ingredients. Organic cane sugar, and ingredients are listed by weight. So even though there's lots of other bits in here, cane sugar is heavier. There are raspberries, hibiscus, strawberries, and organic rooibos. So lots of great stuff, some great flavors. It turns that yogurt into a really nice sweet yogurt. Great way, instead of having some really high sugary yogurt in the grocery store, you can use that. This makes a really great sweet dip. When you're making sweet dips, just like all of our dips, you want to give them a chance to rehydrate. The flavor will come out even more if you allow it to rest for a few moments. So just mix it all through. And I'm using that 3-in-1 spatula this morning again. Love that spatula for all kinds of little jobs like this, mixing and whatnot, spreading, you name it. Lid goes back on. Now you could make this the night before and pop it in your fridge, and then in the morning just give it a stir up. So once that has rehydrated, I'll give it another stir, and then everything will be mixed in neatly. And we're shifting gears to another job. So I have one more thing to show that is great for, and there's our muffins. I'll have a check on those. Great for school mornings, for your students, speaking of teenagers that don't like to eat breakfast, even yourself if you're headed out to work and you really need something quick, or maybe you're headed to work and you want to eat your breakfast at work. But I'm going to grab those muffins, see how they're doing. They look completely done. 3.5 minutes was it. Now this is super hot, guys. See how nicely they cooked up? But I'm not going to pop them all out, but look at this. Hopefully you can see that. We'll pop it a little bit closer. They're just going to pop right out. I don't need to have, any issue getting them out. So put these off to the side to let them cool off. They are going to be delicious for breakfast. And we're shifting gears again because I've got another fun thing to make. So I've got this great little Omelet Maker, another silicone product that we carry. And it is currently back in stock, so we're super excited to have it. And it holds the equivalent of 2 eggs plus your ingredients. But today we're not actually making eggs in it. We are going to add 2 eggs to it as well. But we are making steamer French toast. So one of those quick mornings, especially if you have got little ones, we've got an egg in there. Trick for catching shell is use the other shell. They're like a magnet for each other. And so, if you've got little kids that like French toast, or maybe you do, or your teenagers do, or maybe you've got a picky eater that says, no, they don't want egg bites this morning, they want French toast, you can throw one together really quickly. So I had from some sips and dips demo that I did last night, I had some leftover little baguette. So I'm going to be using that, and I need one more whisk. So I'm just going to whisk up the eggs. And I'm using my 4-cup prep bowl. This is a great little prepping tool. And this is a job that anybody could do. I have some consultant friends who have some young ones, little chefs at home, and they make these for themselves for breakfast all the time. So this is going to be 3 tablespoons, or 2.5 actually it says. So 2.5 tablespoons, so we're going to add a teaspoon and a half teaspoon, and that makes a tablespoon and a half. All right, so now I'm going to whisk that back. There's our egg bites. I'm just going to check those, see how they're doing. We need a couple more minutes. So we'll put the timer back on for, let's say, 3 minutes. So whisk that back together. Now I have a couple ways you can spice these up, but this morning I'm using apple pie seasoning. So this is a great thing. You could just use regular cinnamon if you wished as well. And I think I've already used, oh, that had sweet dip on it. We'll use that one. We are adding a half teaspoon of apple pie seasoning. So we're using the back side of the spoon. And a half teaspoon going in. This is great on any French toast pancakes, you name it. Apple pancakes are delicious. Grate some apples into it. So add the apple pie seasoning. You could just use cinnamon if you wanted as well. And then throw in the little bits of bread. Get them all soaked up. And we'll use that 3-in-1 spatula again for mixing up. It's great for that. You just want to make sure you have the right amount of bread. So I pre-measured the amount of bread for my omelet maker. And that way I knew that I had the right amount. Plus this bread is a little bit more solid in terms of bread. If you were just using like a grocery loaf, it wouldn't, it would soak up the egg mixture a little bit more. So mix it all together, pop it into the omelet maker. And we'll put the dirty dishes in the sink. Spread it out so that you've got the egg mixture well coated on the bread. Move the lid out of the way and the bowls out of the way so you can see. And then close it up. Steamer vents are up. That's how you know. And then we are going to put it on for 2 minutes. And there we go. So we have some great breakfast ideas here. Lots of great things that you can make super quick. We've been going here for about 20 minutes and we're just about finished. We've got maybe 2 minutes left on those egg bites. They're looking pretty good. Maybe another minute or so. And we've got some fruit dip going on. I'm going to stir that up again because it's rehydrating and I'll show you how much it peaks up. So now that it has had a chance to rehydrate, all the little bits of raspberry and strawberry and rooibos get mixed in together, and then it creates a really nice pink dip as well. And I'm just making a little bit of a mess here on my thumb. All right, so there is our fruit dip, and it is delicious with any kinds of fruit. If you were lucky enough to get our baked apple, it is also wonderful. And that summerberry sweet dip can be used in a number of ways too. If you're entertaining over the holidays, you could make some summerberry lemonade. You can make some summerberry sangria. It's just some great ways that you can use it, all kinds of things. Actually, you can make a summerberry cheese dip and have it as a sweet cheese ball. So all kinds of great ways you can use that. I love it in my smoothies as well. So easy breakfast that we've got going on. And that is almost done. We got another minute left. So if you have any questions, definitely pop them in. I also want to let you guys know too that I have a draw prize. So the first 4 orders that come in that are over $50 are going to get extra ballots, but every order that's $25 or more are getting a ballot for a free prize. It's $20 value. I'm not going to tell you what it is because it's a surprise. And yeah, so I'm super excited to share more Epicure with you guys. I'd love it if you joined my VIP group. All kinds of fun happens there, especially through the holidays. I've got a Christmas event coming up as well, where it's kind of my customer appreciation event, where I give some extra special and gifts and stuff like that, so that it helps you get ready for the holidays. Super fun place to be, lots of recipes, ideas, and whatnot, shared mealtime inspiration. Plus, I also do cooking classes, so if you think that this might be fun to get together with some friends and you'd like to earn some free items, maybe your wish list is longer than your budget line, and that's totally okay, because that means you need to host. Getting some free items, my average host earns approximately $100 worth of free items, plus the discounted items, plus they get host rewards and more. So it's just amazing to host a class. It's lots of fun. It's basically what you've seen today, and some of my posting and whatnot that we've seen in this group. So it's virtually painless. I promise. I do most of the shouldering of the work. So we've got the French toast. I'm going to check and see if it is done. You'll know if it's done if it's dried out on the bottom, and it certainly is. So simple as that. We had some French toast made there as well. I'm going to put the lid back on because that is going to keep it hot. And I'm going to grab my oven mitts because my beeper is beeping here at me, but I'm not sure if those are done, so we'll check them and we might pop those back in. But other than that, breakfast is pretty much a snack. Got a couple that look like they might need another minute or two. If I was liking runny eggs, I would totally go for these. These are, I would say they're over easy right now, but I'd like them a little bit harder. I'm a hard egg fan, plus when I have leftovers, I like them to be hard. So I'm gonna put them back in for probably a few more minutes. But that's it, guys. We are finished our demo for today. I'm super thankful for you guys to have joined me, and certainly there's a few more fun posts coming for the rest of the day and lots of stuff from other vendors as well. Thanks for joining, guys. Whatever you're doing, I hope what you're doing is epic. Have a great day and happy holidays.